All right, welcome back to the Simple Driver channel, where I show Uber entrepreneurs how to earn a substantial amount of income the simple way. Today's video is going to be exciting. This is the one that you guys have been waiting for. How to get more website traffic to your Uber blogs. And I'm actually excited about this one. As you can see, I have my blackboard here, and it's a lot of stuff on here, and there's a reason there's a lot of stuff on there. I didn't actually want to lose track about what I want to talk to you about. This video is that important. So let's get right to it. Why in the world do you even want to have an Uber website? Number one reason is because it is a lot of money in it, okay? You can, when you're just driving and just trading time for money, your income is gonna be very, very limited because there's only so much time in a day. When you have an Uber website, you actually can earn a lot more money because it's passive, and there's several other ways to earn an income as an Uber business owner and not just an Uber driver, okay? So I'm gonna talk to you about this. I'm gonna explain all this stuff on this board, and understand this. As an Uber driver, if you're just trading time for money, the stuff that I teach on this channel, you can actually earn, easily, $1,000, $1,500 a week, which is not bad. That's $4,000 to $6,000 a month. But if you want to step that up and you want to do $10,000, $15,000, and even $20,000 a month, you cannot do it without understanding what's on this board. So for those of you who've already taken the initiative and built your Uber website, I'm going to show you how to make a boatload of money with it. And for those of you who are sitting on the fence, or you didn't even know anything about building an Uber website, this is probably going to motivate the hell out of you to start one immediately. Okay, so let's talk about it. Getting traffic to your Uber website. There's only two types of website traffic, okay? There's paid and there's free. Now, I'm going to touch here about paid over here on this side, and free is going to be on this side. And I'm gonna break it down for you how it works. But understand this: getting paid traffic can cost you anywhere between $2,000 and $10,000 a month. So I'm not gonna focus on this because a lot of you haven't gotten to that point to where you can even spend $2,000 or $10,000 a month. And in spending this money, it can get complicated. Landing pages, email opt-ins, and of course the traditional way of doing it. Okay, so we're not gonna spend a bunch of time with that. But I am gonna harp and focus on free traffic because it's free. Okay. And in internet marketing and stuff like that, we like to call free traffic, it's organic traffic. It just happens naturally, okay? So I'm going to show you how to get a bunch of free traffic. Now let's talk about marketing and advertising here. You see I have that here in the middle of the board. As an Uber business owner, marketing and advertising is the most important thing that you can possibly even pay attention to for your business. And there's a reason for that. This is how you get your brand and your service or product or anything that you want to get in front of your customers. You have to understand how marketing and advertising works, and you will understand it today in this video, okay? So let's just break it down right now. With marketing and advertising, understand this: I have it broken down into traditional marketing and advertising, and then what I like to call millennial marketing and advertising. So let me just jump right into it, okay? Now, in traditional way, if you had a business, right, and you needed to get that business in front of, some customers, you're selling a widget, all right? Back in the day, one of the main things that you would want to do is you would want to get a television ad, right? You want to, get your service and your brand in front of people who are in front of that television. Now, this can get expensive, okay? Remember, $2,000 to $10,000 a month. Let me tell you why this can get expensive. You would have to have someone write the script, okay? Then you would have to have someone shoot the video, someone edit the video, right? Okay, then you actually have to pay for the television spot. So whether it was through a local TV station or a cable television station, that's a lot of money. And you would have to do this every single month, okay? That can get very, very expensive. Well, let's move over here to the millennial side of actually advertising and marketing. The new television is YouTube and Snapchat. And you can even, some of you can even go and say like Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff. But let's just focus on YouTube and Snapchat, right? You're watching me right now on my YouTube channel, all right? This could easily be an advertisement for anything that I wanted to sell, okay? It's my YouTube channel, and it costs $0 to start your own YouTube television station, okay? It's called YouTube, which means it's your television station. This is my channel, okay? And Snapchat is the same way. You can, you know, look at what DJ Khaled is doing out there, you know, with Snapchat or whatever. You can actually have your own television stations for $0. This is important because I can advertise and put whatever I want to on my channel as long as it's in Google's terms of service. That is very, very powerful and very, very important. You're talking about marketing and advertising for free, okay? Now let's go over here back to traditional billboards and magazines, okay? Here in Atlanta, and you could use, you know, you can replace it with your city, but here in Atlanta, you got 285, you have 85, and then there are all other kind of highways and byways, 20 and all that stuff, okay? But riding on those interstates and highways, you'll see a bunch of billboards, okay? Those billboards, a bunch of people see them going to work and coming back from work, and they work better in the daytime versus nighttime, unless you're talking about, you know, like the digital ones, okay? But again, having a billboard can cost you $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. You got to sign a contract, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And the crazy thing about having a billboard is it's stationary. It doesn't move. It's whatever you put on that billboard, it's not going to get changed every single day. So you got one shot at portraying your message or getting your information out there. And it could cost you a lot of money. If you get it wrong, it's a bunch of money down the drain. And same thing with magazines, okay? With magazines, you place your ad inside of a magazine, and whatever, you know, you hope that subscription has a really good, you know, cover, whatever, and a bunch of people are going to buy it so they can actually see your ad. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take a break here from this, and I want to talk about magazines for a second. You guys have seen this in one of my videos, but that's not what I want to show you today. What I want to tell you about magazines is this. Most people think that people who sell magazines make their money from actually selling the magazine. That's not the case. They don't make their money from selling that magazine. As a matter of fact, sometimes they'll even lose money getting a subscriber. Most of the time they break even though, okay? But here's why. Understand this, Forbes magazine has 1 million subscribers, and they probably have a lot more, but I'm just using 1 million. But 1 million subscribers, they're not making their money from selling the magazine. Where they make most of their money is from advertising. See this person on the back of that magazine? They probably had to pay $25,000 or $50,000, okay? Then you go in here and you see Ace, okay? All these ads inside the magazine, these people have to pay $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $5,000 for quarter page ads. That's where they make their money, okay? Now getting back to this board, why is that important? Because as a YouTube owner here, I have about 40,000 subscribers at the time that I'm doing this video right now, about 40,000 subscribers on my channel. But I've had several people approach me with widgets, products and services, and they want me to talk about it on my channel, and I literally will tell them, if I decide to do that, I'm going to charge you, because I have 40,000 subscribers on my channel, and then to get in front of that audience that I've built, it's going to cost you this amount of money. Sometimes it might be $5,000 or $10,000 or something like that. Who knows, right? But it's your channel. Hopefully you can kind of see where this is going. So in billboards and magazines, what's the new billboard and magazine? Instagram and Pinterest. Okay, think about it. Instagram and Pinterest is an image platform, okay? And all advertising is an image with a message behind it. You're selling a product or a service. You don't have to do this just one time. With Instagram and Pinterest, you can put as many ads as you want every single day, 10, 15 ads a day sometimes, or whatever, right? As long as you build an audience, you can advertise to that audience. Now, you don't just want to blast them or whatever in doing that, but you want to do it in a way to where you're getting your message and your brand across. And again, this is free. It will not cost you, you know, $10,000 or $1,000, $2,000 to $10,000 a month. It's absolutely free to start an Instagram and a Pinterest account. Hopefully you can kind of see where this is going. All right. Back over here to traditional. Word of mouth. Back in the day, word of mouth was absolutely like the #1 thing. The reason word of mouth was seriously powerful is because word of mouth is what actually, you're talking about authority, okay? Authority and trust. You're talking about family members and friends and stuff like that. So think about it. The last movie that you probably went to go see probably came from a referral from a family member or a friend. Word of mouth. Someone said it was good. And a lot of times it's like, you know, GQ magazine, or this, you know, this company rated it this, Entertainment Weekly and blah 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 said the movie was good or whatever. That's all word of mouth, okay? And that costs money in a lot of cases. You know, people who create these movies or whatever, they have to pay money or whatever, or sometimes it's a really good movie and they get it for free. But check this out. This could be money or not. It could be free sometimes, but it's absolutely free with Twitter and Facebook. Twitter and Facebook is the new word of mouth. Think about this. The average person on Facebook has about 400 or 500 friends. The average person. And the average person on Twitter has about 2,000 followers on Twitter. Think about that for a second. This is the new word of mouth. Family members, friends, people, your circle of trust, people that like you, they're following you for a reason. And if you recommend something, they're probably going to at least check it out, if not buy it, okay? This costs nothing, okay? $0 to start a Twitter or Facebook account to get the word of mouth about your business or your brand out, to start getting traffic. And I'm going to show you where to go with that traffic, okay? Now let's talk about radio. Radio on the traditional side, again, you know, you got to get a syndicated radio station or maybe your local radio station. You go down there, you got to pay somebody to write the script. You got to actually record the script or whatever and do all that stuff. And then you got to get it on the spot and then they say, oh, we're going to run the spot this time of day or this time of night or whatever. You got to try to figure all that stuff out, and it's going to cost you money to have that radio ad. Well, the new radio is podcasting and SoundCloud. And I want to focus on podcasting because this is really big. Understand this. People in their cars aren't even listening to FM and AM radio anymore for the most part. They're podcasting. So much. This is so important that if you look at the new car ads and stuff like that, you'll notice that in the marketing and advertising of the new cars that are being built, you'll notice that they're harping on that they have Apple CarPlay. And there's a reason for that. Understand that Apple CarPlay has the podcasting app inside of it, okay? People are podcasting. They're listening to content and information. You can start your own podcast. You can take that podcast and put it on SoundCloud. These are the two biggest audio platforms or radio platforms in the world, okay? And it's free to do your own podcast. It's free to upload stuff on SoundCloud. I mean, geez, marketing and advertising through this stuff is seriously powerful, okay? All right, so the last thing I want to talk about traditional is newspaper. Newspaper is like really, really old school, okay? As a matter of fact, if you take the New York Times or whatever, they're not selling a whole bunch of print, you know, meaning black and white ink in the New York Times. That's not where they're making their money selling the actual paper. Where they're selling their money is online. They have a subscription, okay, for their online content, the premium content that you want from New York Times. You actually have to subscribe to their online platform. Ding, ding, ding. They have a website, okay? Now, the new newspaper is the Wordpress blog. WordPress is extremely powerful. That's what I run thesimpledriver.com on, okay? You're pressing your own news. It's called WordPress, okay? Any content that you want to actually create, you can do it on your WordPress platform. And here's the killer part about that. Everything that you have here can be planted inside of your website, okay? You have YouTube videos, all that stuff can be embedded inside of your website, okay? Instagram and Pinterest, you can embed those images on your website. Twitter, podcast, Facebook and stuff like that. All of this stuff can be planted right here in your WordPress blog. Extremely powerful, okay? So let's move on to the next thing you see that I have here. I have Hub right here. Calvin, what the heck is that about? Well, understand this. There is a lot of people here, and when I say a lot of people, I'm talking about millions, hundreds of millions of people that are inside of the networks here, the social networks over here. Your job is to create stellar content, and there's only 4 ways to create content, guys: video, images, text, or audio. And these social media platforms cover all of them, okay? So your job is to create stellar content, take the people that are here and move some of them over here to your hub, which is your website. Once they get over here to your hub and your website, there's several things you can do with that traffic to monetize it, okay? You can sell your own product, your own services, coaching, you can do affiliate program, you can do all kind of stuff, but your job is to get them from here to here. That's where the money is. Understand this, trading time for money, pushing the button on your phone and going to do, you know, an Uber drive, you're gonna be limited to how much money you can make there. And I'm gonna talk to you in another video on how to even increase that up to $2,500 a week. I'm gonna do a video on that. But if you want to make that $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month, push these people from here over to your blog. Okay. Now, next thing I want to talk about here is bandwidth. There's a reason that I want to mention bandwidth, because this is ridiculous in starting your business. Again, back in the day, if you had a business, and you are all business owners, okay, you're not just drivers, you're Uber business owners, okay? Back in the day, if you wanted to start that business, you know that it'll cost you a bunch of money. All right. And you know, normally the first 2 years in business, you would be in the red. Okay. Starting an Uber business, you're in the black for the most part, like from like week 1. All right. But let's talk about bandwidth here. Understand this. On my YouTube channel, I have several videos that have 50,000, 100,000, some 200,000-300,000 views. I have an Amazon S3 account. If I was hosting those videos on my Amazon S3 account, it would literally cost me, again, thousands of dollars to host that, because the bandwidth alone would be super expensive. How cool is this? Any content that you create on social media, the companies are gonna foot the bill. I don't care if you start a YouTube video and it gets 5 million views. YouTube is gonna pay for the bandwidth expense. They're gonna host it and pay for it, and they're not gonna charge you to host it on their platform. It's free to start the account, it's free to host it. Same thing with any of this stuff. Instagram or Pinterest, if you put something on Pinterest and it gets 500,000 pins or whatever, Pinterest is not gonna charge you, okay? You're advertising your brand. You're advertising your business for free. They're footing the bill. How cool is that? Okay. All right. Now let's go over here. Number 1 tool for actually making all this stuff work. The number 1 tool, and I'm not an artist, okay? But this is my depiction. This is a cell phone. All right. And these little things here are apps, okay? But I do have my cell phone here, Apple 7 Plus, okay? But you see all the apps that I have on my phone. The reason that this is the number 1 tool, first of all, if you're an Uber business owner and Uber driver, you have to have one of those just to even be in the game, right? To accept the calls. But the reason that your cell phone is the number 1 tool is because every last one of these advertising platforms or social media networks, they all have an app. And that app is on your phone. The most powerful thing that you have for your business is in your hand probably 70-80% of the day. You can operate your successful business from your hand, okay? That's crazy. This is how powerful this stuff is, all right? Now, the last thing I want to talk about is content, all right? Because he's like, Cal, wait a minute. You showed me how to get a ton of traffic to my website so that I can make a ridiculous amount of money. But the number 1 question is, well, what kind of content do I create? And that's a really good question. Well, here's the answer for that question. You create content that is unique to you, okay? And the reason I want to tell you that, and the reason my channel is so successful, right? The Simple Driver is so successful is because I stay true to myself, all right? I'm an Uber business owner, right? That's one of my businesses. But I own 2 other businesses, and I'm also a photographer, okay? So, and I'm a black man who lives in the city of Atlanta, which is a big city for Uber and stuff, like an international airport and all that stuff. Well, when I talk to you on my channel and I give you this information, it's information that I truly know, right? I'm not just talking to you about just driving for Uber, okay? I take in my experience as a business owner and I marry the Uber driver with the business, and now I'm talking to you about being an Uber business owner. That's unique to me, okay? That's information. I'm comfortable talking about that because I know what I'm talking about. And when you're comfortable and you stay true to yourself, people will engage you. They will ask you legitimate questions and you can truly help someone. And when you're helping someone, you can help yourself, okay? So let me do a real quick recap for those of you who probably, maybe you went from, the first couple minutes and you skipped over here to this. This is the quick recap for you, okay? Getting traffic to your Uber blog will make you $5, $10, $15, $20,000 a month. And here's how: there's several ways to monetize the traffic once people come to your blog. Now, getting traffic to your blog, there's only 2 ways to do it: paid or free. Paid can cost you $2,000 to $10,000 a month, and sometimes it can get very complicated outside of traditional marketing. You can landing pages and email opt-ins, it can get really, really complicated. But this stuff right here is free. Most of you are doing this stuff already, okay? But let's talk about it. There's a traditional way of doing this: television, billboards, word of mouth, radio, newspaper. That's old school. The new school: YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, all your social media networks that pretty much all of you know about, okay? Your job is to drive them from here, drive them to your website, okay? It's free to do that. You're not paying for any of the bandwidth. They're footing the bill, and there's millions, hundreds of millions of people here to bring back to your website. I don't care how good or how bad you are, okay? I'm not the best speaker, okay? Some people are gonna like me because I'm black. Some people are gonna not like me because I'm black or whatever. But you are unique. It doesn't matter. If you stutter, use that to your advantage. Some people are gonna wanna watch your videos because they like the way you stutter, okay? It doesn't matter. Right? The number one tool for making all this stuff work is your cell phone. Most of you have a cell phone, and if you're thinking about even becoming an Uber driver, you have to have a cell phone. It is the number one tool to even start there. And what kind of content do you create? Again, content that is unique to you, content that is you're going to feel very, very comfortable in talking about. So that's the end of this video. Here, like I said, I broke my blackboard out for this, and I actually like this. This is visually pleasing in my opinion. So I'm probably going to do more videos using my blackboard, because it helps me kind of stay on track of what I want to talk to you guys about. I don't miss anything, and I think it's pretty cool. So anyway, this is Calvin. I hope you like this video. I'm the Simple Driver. Peace.